Imagine boarding an ancient, eerie ship for a relaxing island getaway, only to find yourself utterly alone, except for a ghostly captain with malevolent eyes. This is the terrifying ordeal I faced, where an adventure turned into a nightmarish fight for survival against a relentless. My name is Alan, and as a professional model photographer, my life has been a whirlwind of glamour, flashing lights, and endless travel. While I thrive on the excitement, it often leaves me feeling exhausted and drained. One summer, I decided I needed a break, a true escape from the relentless pace of my career. An island tour seemed like the perfect getaway to recharge my spirit and indulge my love for capturing nature's beauty. It was peak holiday season, and as I approached the bustling port, it became evident that finding a ship or boat to the island would be a challenge. Every vessel was booked solid with vacationers. Just when I was about to abandon hope, I noticed a ticket booth selling passes for an old vintage ship docked at the far end of the pier. The ship, weathered and ancient, looked out of place among the modern vessels. Despite its dilapidated appearance, the prospect of a journey on a classic ship intrigued me. However, it seemed the locals were wary of this particular vessel, with many steering clear and whispering amongst themselves. With no other options available, I purchased a ticket, determined to reach the island and commence my much-needed holiday. With my camera and equipment in tow, I boarded the ship as the evening set in. A cool breeze carried a faint mist, shrouding the vessel in an eerie atmosphere. As I stepped onto the creaking deck, a strange sensation washed over me. The ship felt abandoned, save for one other figure, a solitary man who I assumed was the captain. The moment was surreal when I approached him, asking, "Is it just me, or did no one else buy tickets for this trip?" He didn't respond, or even acknowledge my presence. His silence was unsettling, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I had made a grave mistake choosing this ship. As the sun dipped below the horizon, enveloping us in darkness, my unease grew. The ship's ancient wood groaned under the weight of years, and the fog thickened, cloaking the sea in an impenetrable veil. I tried to distract myself by photographing the sea's twilight beauty, but a gnawing fear lingered in my mind. After some time, I felt compelled to check on the captain again. To my horror, the captain was nowhere to be found. Panic surged through me as I called out, "Hello, is anyone there?" My voice echoed back, swallowed by the oppressive silence. Alone on this ghostly ship, the fear I had been suppressing erupted. Then, I heard it, a whisper from behind me. Spinning around, I saw nothing but the swirling mist. My heart raced as I realized the ship was indeed haunted. Ghostly voices grew louder, a cacophony of lost souls filling the air. I was paralyzed by fear, feeling the presence of something otherworldly around me. Suddenly, a figure materialized before me. His eyes were a deep, menacing red, and his face bore a twisted resemblance to the captain. My heart pounded as he advanced toward me. In sheer terror, I acted on instinct, diving overboard into the icy waters below. The shock of the cold nearly paralyzed me, but I forced myself to swim away from the haunted vessel. The fog was so thick, I could barely see, and the freezing water sapped my strength. I had no idea where I was or which direction to swim, but the drive to escape that cursed ship kept me going. After what felt like an eternity, I saw a faint light piercing through the mist. It grew brighter, moving toward me. Desperately, I cried out, "Help me! Please, someone help!" The light drew nearer, revealing a ship filled with tourists returning from the island. They heard my frantic pleas and pulled me aboard, saving me from the freezing waters. Trembling and exhausted, I thanked them profusely, overwhelmed with relief. As I recounted my ordeal to the crew and passengers, they listened with a mixture of horror and disbelief. Once safely back on shore, I learned from the locals that decades ago, a ship similar to the one I had boarded had vanished on its way to the island, along with its captain. No trace was ever found, and it became a ghost story, whispered among the townsfolk. That night, as I lay in bed, I couldn't shake the images of the ghostly captain and the haunted ship. The experience had etched itself into my memory, a stark reminder of the unseen dangers lurking in the world. Though I returned to my photography with a renewed appreciation for life, the haunting echoes of that night on the cursed vessel would forever remain with me. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like our story. Stay tuned for our next story, where we'll explore the eerie fate of hikers who lost their way and found themselves trapped in a haunted village. You won't want to miss it.